violent music video ever. This is awesome.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and I'll never forget, the X thing going on. And so to see, like I said, like Paul Heyman doing that at the end, I was like, oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Well, sir, here is a tissue. You can wipe your eyes, you can blow your nose, or you can blow it out your ass. Because New Jack was an amazing person. Like,
I thought it was funny. He was like, normally when we do these kind of tributes in WWE, we show some footage, of the wrestler's career and things like that. But New Jack was the least PG superstar in wrestling history. So
yeah.
There will be no footage.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like New Jack never went to WWE. I don't think they ever looked at him just like, we gotta get this guy.
No, they probably didn't want him. They probably wanted nothing to do with him.
No, they probably looked at some of his matches and just going like, he's gonna kill somebody. Like he will literally kill somebody.
Yeah, I mean he tried.
Yeah,
a few times.
Yeah,
to literally kill somebody.
Yeah, I remember there was a story about there was this one guy, he lied about being a trained like pro wrestler and whatnot, and he had a match against New Jack, and New Jack.
That was here in Massachusetts, bro.
Yeah.
The mass transit incident.
Yep.
If you watch Dark Side of the Ring, they talked about it a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I haven't watched that episode. I watched the last one that they did with...
Nick Gage?
No. I watched the one before that. It was the Brian Pillman one, yeah.
Oh, that one hurt my heart, man. I remember that like it happened yesterday, and oh, man, Pillman.
Here's a little fun fact I actually learned before we started doing this. You know who was actually supposed to be his opponent for that night?
No, I don't.
Mankind.
I thought it... Oh, that's right, Dude Love, right?
Well, no.
Or was it Mankind?
Mankind, it
I know
was Mick Foley.
But...
Regardless, it was Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
But yeah, he put up on Twitter, he's like, I just finished watching this, there's tears in my eyes. He's like, I actually dropped Brian off at that hotel the night that he passed away, and I was supposed to be his opponent the next day. I was like,
I gotta say, like, I held it together through a lot of watching that, but then once I saw, like, Jim Cornette starting to cry when he was describing, like, picking up the phone and trying to be like, yeah, and when he's like, Brian's dead, like, that I was like, okay, I can't hold this in anymore.
What's going on? Get Bruce, Brian is dead. Like, I'm just like, oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, and that, like, that was literally, like, the first of the, I mean... Wrestling had a lot of tragic deaths before that. There was like Bruiser Brody, and there was a lot of people who had got Adrian Adonis, a lot of people who had died in the wrestling business before that. But he was really the first in a string of just like, not constant, but just like regular deaths coming and going and through wrestling. It was just like he was really the first one, and he's the first person they did a 10-bell salute for.
Well, not
and
only
it was
that,
just like, man.
He was pretty much like, the way I see it is pretty much like he was like the first member of like wrestling's equivalent of like the 27 Club, where like somebody dies off really fucking young.
Yeah, and especially that he was supposed to make it to the pay-per-view like that night and he didn't make it. It's just like, oh, it just kills you.
It does, man.
You're 35. I didn't know he was that young. 35, dude.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, man. And like just seeing like the dysfunction that like happened before that happened after that and whatnot. It's like, Jesus
like
Christ.
His kids, especially Brian Jr. and having to deal with that asshole stepfather apparently.
Yeah, the asshole.
Like throwing the game console and stuff, and just like the dog, the whole thing with the dog.
Yeah, not only that, but like just the mom just like sitting there, just in like a drug-fueled haze, like doing nothing. It's like your kid is in danger. Like, if you have a child on this earth, rule number one is you protect that fucking child.
No kidding. Yeah, I mean, Melanie, man, time and drugs have not been good to Melanie.
No, like she definitely looks like she was like an extra on like Tiger King or fucking Pawn Stars.
Yeah, like I hate to say it, but she's sort of like a poster child for why not to do meth.
Yeah.
Because she used to be a very attractive woman. I mean,
like
Brian Pillman fell in love with her because he saw her in a magazine and was like, I need to be with her. Little did he know that she was already banging like Sting or actually Ultimate Warrior. She had already had a relationship with Ultimate Warrior. He didn't know that until after the fact, but then, he fell in love with her from looking at her. I could see why, man. She was a very attractive lady. And then look at her now, and it's like, oh my gosh, what happened? Yeah, but drugs will do that to you, man.
Yeah, it's just like... It's insane to think about, man. And like even Steve, like seeing like Steve Austin like almost kind of tear up to it, where he's just like he holds up the chain, he's like, this is a gift I got from Brian. He's like, it's always with me, it never leaves me. always wear it.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
like 'cause he
shit.
even said like he doesn't keep a lot of stuff from his wrestling days, but that's the
No.
like one of the one things he keeps is from Brian. And of course, like the Mark and me, it's sort of like good mic work, a guy I mentioned from time to time on YouTube. He even points this out, like when you first saw Pillman enter the WWF and he passes in the aisle Steve Austin and how they used to be the Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah.
Part of you was just sort of like, oh my God, it's the Hollywood Blondes together. That's so cool. If only they'd done a little on the way by.
It's kind of weird, man. I was actually in Walmart the other day, and I'm walking down, like I look for like Superman figures every now and then, just to kind of spruce up the joint. But they're down the same aisle as like wrestling figures, so I'm looking and whatnot, and there was a stunning Steve Austin wrestling figure. It had like the little like clapboard and whatnot, the vest, the little hair and
No
whatnot.
kidding.
I was like, oh fuck me. Like
That's cool.
I kind of want it. Like I passed on it, but I was like, I kind of fucking want it. Like I never saw any stunning Steve Austin matches, any Hollywood Blonde matches, but I was just like, fuck, I kind of want that.
He was. I mean, I didn't watch a bunch of WCW, but he was really good as the television champion as Stunning Steve Austin. Although his finisher used to be really terrible. It was the stun gun, which
Yeah,
is
you
basically
just like
like
lift the guy up.
you whip the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like it was kind of a stunner, I guess, but you do it with the ropes instead.
Yeah.
Kind of weak.
Yeah, and then he went to like the $1 Million Dream. And he's like, "This sucks. This isn't me."
Yeah.
Good old Doc.
He just couldn't lay it in though. It didn't look good.
Fucking, hey, I got an idea for a finisher. Well, you grab the guy's head and you drop down to your ass. Seems like that's perfect. Hey man, that's perfect. I just grab the motherfucker. I just grab him and I just drop down to my ass.
I think really the hallmark of a good finisher is that you can do it to anybody. That's honestly like I love Bret Hart, but one of the problems with the sharpshooter is like go watch him try to do it to Yoko. Like he can do it, but like some people it's a lot easier to do it to than it is to others. Whereas the stunner, you can do that to anybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely anybody.
Like the stunner, the diamond cutter, RKO.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not only that, but like they have to be like somewhat impressive in the sense of like, Twist of Fate, like, yeah, all right, cool. Swanton Bomb, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Flying elbow, you can do that to anybody. And if you're Macho Man and you do the whole like, you jump off and like that looks impressive,
Yeah.
Or HBK, the sweet chin music. That you can do that to anybody.
Yeah. Or if you make full,
the other thing too is like they can be sudden. They can come out of absolutely nowhere where all of a sudden it's just like, whoa, he just hit his finisher. Holy crap,
Yeah, like I was watching.
You have that element of surprise.
Well, I was watching the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, the career versus the streak match at WrestleMania, and like sure as shit, like
I have to watch those.
Dude, he sure as shit, like Michaels hit a fucking sweet chin music like pretty much out of nowhere. Like they both kind of like stagger to their feet. Michaels like takes a step back, just bam, sweet chin music right to the face.
There's a clip floating around. I don't know if you've seen it, of Shawn Michaels just laying sweet chin music on a bunch of people backstage.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Bam! Bam! Just kick it, buddy.
I know that clip well. He's hey, don't talk to me about controversy. I don't know. You, what's your name? Stan. Bam! Kicks him in the face. See, I just kicked Stan. Don't tell me I don't know about controversy. Another guy walking by, sweet chin music to him.
like Shawn loses his mind.
I'm like, this has got to be the greatest Shawn Michaels clip of all time.
Seriously.
Like,
I don't like Shawn Michaels for the most part, but man, that's hilarious.
Like look, I like Shawn Michaels as a wrestler. Like, he was absolutely incredible to watch. But, like, as a person, yeah, he was kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I'm just such a Bret mark that I just don't like Shawn still, no matter what. I don't know why. Like, there's something about it. I just still don't like him. I'm such a Bret mark.
Dude, what do you think?
Bret was right. He got screwed. Screw Shawn Michaels.
Dude, why do you think Liz and I took you to meet Bret?
I know.
There's like, oh god, he's such a mark. If we don't do this, we'll never hear the fucking end of it.
And the cool thing was, it was only 45 minutes south.
Yeah. I mean, I think we waited in line for about 45 minutes, but still, we didn't care. We had
every second.
We didn't care, man. We had Ali's Donuts. It was cool, and like just seeing your face like light up and just pointing over to Bret, like, no, dude, that's the reason why we're here. And
Yeah, that was amazing.
Like it was.
I remember like it was yesterday. I really do. I'm not even lying. I remember that like it was yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I always will.
Dude, just the look on your face looked like that guy from the Undertaker Brock Lesnar match. Like as soon as Undertaker loses, they cut to that guy. He's just like, just your face was just like.
Yeah, pretty
dude,
much.
It was almost like that old like promo like vignette thing where it's like, you know, you see Brett walking by as a little kid. Brett! He turns around, gives the kid the glasses and whatnot. Go get him, champ.
Yeah. Go get him, champ. Oh man, I was never lucky enough to get his glasses, man. I saw him wrestle a couple times, but I was always too far away to get his glasses. But man, I got even better now. I got him to autograph a picture that I took of him. Like that's way cooler than any set of glasses, bro.
Yeah, you got that. You got the memory. You got the fucking picture with him too, which I have hanging up like right in front of me up here.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I kind of can't believe it. Like I remember like it was yesterday, but I still it's sort of like I watched this guy on YouTube, Rick Beato, where he talked about he just had dinner with Joni Mitchell, who he loves Joni Mitchell, and he's like, if I didn't have the pictures to remind me that it happened, I would almost be like, that's not real, that didn't happen. And even though like I have the memory and I remember like it happened yesterday, still it's almost like that's not real, that didn't happen. But then I look up at the pictures and I'm like, shit, that really was real. Like I really did meet Bret Hart. That's crazy.
Like I didn't think it was possible for a person's head to explode twice, but like when you saw Brett and I pointed to him and said like, look, we're here for you to meet him, and then when we pull out the fucking picture that you took of him at the live event, we're like, we're gonna have him autograph this. It was just
little stub that was left.
It's just your brain exploded the first one, and then your body was just like, fuck it, we'll join him.
Oh, Brett, we brought this guy to meet you, but he's a puddle of mush right now.
Yeah, we gotta scrape him off the floor here. Like if you're walking
Ben Affleck out of Dogma. Boom, boom.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like meeting Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, it was because you met a Canadian.
I did. I did. And as far as I'm concerned, he was God.
If for any reason other than he put Captain America in the sharpshooter.
He put Captain America in the sharpshooter?
There's a picture. They were gonna do a Marvel versus like WCW like crossover kind of thing. There's a picture of Bret Hart putting Captain America in the sharpshooter.
Oh God.
Yeah, because there was a line of like,
awful.
I know you got some WCW comics like lying somewhere around there.
Yeah, I do. Maybe even behind me.
Yeah, and like the funny part is like I remember that like one of them that you have where it's just like Sting loses the championship. He's like, I'm not good enough. I should retire. And a kid's like, no, don't quit. And he's like, you're right. Like this is the worst fucking writing ever. Like
seriously.
Like, I'm gonna quit.
I know the guy who drew it, but I don't know the guy who wrote it. But I know the guy who drew them, and that's the reason why I have them. But he did not write them, that's for sure. Because he wouldn't have written something as goofy as, I'm not good enough. Yeah, you are. Okay.
Okay.
Well, since you said so, 8-year-old you. You know, I bet the Palladium's only about 45 minutes solved. Let's go challenge for the title, kid.
I'm pretty sure I could have a 45-minute match with Vader. Just everything is 45 minutes.
Everything, dude.
Everything.
Oh, man.
Like, the odd part is, like, I actually have Stone Cold Steve Austin comic books somewhere around here. I gotta dig them out somewhere. Like, I think I know where they are, but the fact is that I have them. And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Dude, wrestling comic, those and like the Mortal Kombat comic, like I remember like the Big Sexy or Big Daddy Cool, whatever comics. I remember the Warrior comic. I got a free Warrior comic with one of the WWF magazines. Ugh. I remember that being terrible.
I was going to say, I hope they apologize to you. Like Mortal Kombat at least like has like some semblance of a story that you could build on.
Yeah, but it was still terrible. Like for some reason, like they still couldn't get it right.
They did two terrible movies too. It's just like I haven't seen the third one that they've done, but like yeah, anytime they try and make something else into a story, if it's not a fucking video game, like it's gonna suck.
I'll admit, I like the original Mortal Kombat movie, but then again, I was like 11 when it came out, and there's a kind of funny story where like when we went to see it, like it was so loud and it scared the shit out of me that we had to move back a couple rows. It was just like Mortal